you're mad, okay.
Ow! Balls! Ow! I'm fine. Oh no. I'm struggling. Hey, welcome to my studio. I'm Jess. I'm a collage artist, and I'm so happy that you're here. All right, so this week was hard. This week was really hard for me. I have to be honest. I don't know, man. I'm feeling super burnt out. I'm feeling tired. None of the prompts spoke to me. That's not true. Okay, one or two of the prompts I really did like, but I don't know. So at the beginning of this challenge, I told myself that I wouldn't be bothered if I didn't glue things down. Like, I would work on the prompts, but if I didn't love what I finally came up with, I wasn't going to feel obligated to commit to anything. And I really didn't this week. I don't know. I'm just so curious. Is anyone else doing this challenge? And if you are, like, how are you feeling? I could quit at any time. I know that intellectually, but I also feel like I've committed to doing this 28-day challenge. There's only one more week, so I'm going to finish the challenge, but I have to admit, I am feeling like a failure. I am not liking almost anything that I make. All right, let's just get into it. All right, Tiger. I really struggled with what to do for this collage. Nothing felt natural. Nothing came to mind. So I found a literal tiger and I pasted him on top of a pretty background. And I tried to do something with the eye and the sun and the placement, but I don't know, it wasn't good. Tiger was the only collage that I glued down and I regret it. Then we had Freeze. Freeze was, again, something that nothing came to mind. I had several Freeze adjacent collage pieces, but when I was working on this one, I couldn't find any of them except for one background of a frozen landscape. I used it for a little bit. I didn't really like it, so I tried some other stuff. I didn't really like that either. And I don't think that I ended up in a place where I really enjoyed the final piece, but I liked this technique, putting the animal's head and legs through the holes. Maybe it's something that I'll use again in the future. I'm not really sure. Jelly. Okay, I struggled with this one too. I ended up just finding pieces that made me think of jelly, their cells and their little gelatinous looking structure. And I tried to do some sort of like creative swirly cut, but it just looks like bacon. Which is not it. That's not what I wanted. So I scrapped that and found some fun circles and an actual jellyfish. I don't really even know if it feels like jelly in the end, but it is what I came up with. So I guess whatever. Polaroid. I liked Polaroid. I knew immediately when I read that prompt that I wanted to cut out a Polaroid frame. And at first I was thinking I would do something where like the Polaroid was framing something interesting and then something maybe even more interesting or concerning was happening outside of the frame of the Polaroid, kind of illustrating that it's all in perspective. But I never really found a background or came up with a concept. I mean, that was the concept, but I never really found pieces that would support that concept. So I ended up finding this Frida Kahlo image. I think that she's a fantastic artist, and I loved the idea of putting her in a Polaroid and as like a snapshot of her life with these flowers. Honestly, it was just a fun one. It wasn't really meant to mean anything or be anything important. It was just fun. So I liked it. Tape roll. I really thought I would love this one. I don't know why. Once I got to it, I don't know, I struggled. The thing I came up with is so stupid, but When I think of tape, I think of how I like to peel off pieces and stick them on my hands so that like they're like easy to grab, the pieces. That's just what I put on her. I put a bunch of pieces of tape on her arms because that's what I do. There is nothing more deep on this one. It's just a silly, she's got tape on collage. Dive. Again, I found lots of pages for divers in the ocean, and I thought I would use something like that. But then I found this cool like guy diving off of a cliff, and he just looked so dynamic, but I couldn't find anything to put him on. I think it would have been cool had I been able to find like an image of like a bowl of cereal, or I don't know, something that would be unexpected for him to dive into. I didn't find anything like that in my pieces, but I did find this crowd of people, and it's super unsafe for him to be diving into a crowd of people wearing a Speedo, but that's what I did. Again, I don't know. I didn't like this week. Old was the final collage, and so I have this trash can piece that I've had for ages. I thought it would be fun to have things in the trash can that are really beautiful and lovely and have them spilling out. With the concept being, we often have a tendency to throw out things that are perfectly good or things that are beautiful because we believe that there is something better around the corner. And that's what I wanted to show with this collage. Okay, so that was it. What did you think? I know that I'm not liking what I'm making, and that's frustrating. But I'm also trying to sit with that frustration and ask myself, why is it so painful for you? I don't have an answer. It's like easy to blame the prompts, and it's easy to blame the challenge format. But really, there shouldn't even be blame, you know? Like, it's just, it is the process. And it's okay. And I need to sit with the process and learn how to cope, I guess. Oh, I'm thinking too much. I know I'm thinking too much. Okay, well, as inspiring as this was, I do want to say thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you spending time with me in the studio today. Okay, well, bye. Bye. Bye.